a little 528 action for you today. Hello, collective. How are you today? We love you so much. Tuning your human biofield. Let me tell you how I feel. Let's go. Tuning your biofield. Okay, sorry. I'm taking it too far. Hello, collective. We love you so much. We freaking love you. We think that you're amazing. We think you're doing a fantastic job learning about yourself, coming into awareness of your non-physicalness. The Guild of the Golden Triangle says, sure. The Guild of the Golden Triangle is my very own spirit team that I am in real time building a relationship with. My name is Patience, your very own favorite psychic spirit medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness, which we are cooking up a new episode for ya above. Yes, that is divinely guided. And we are so excited because we get the podcast episodes in small little chunks. You know, Spirit doesn't want to overwhelm me, and I appreciate them so much for doing that. My spirit team is 3 people, or 3 energies. Mish, Mirabelle, Mantis. We've introduced Mish on our TikTok, which we have built for you. I couldn't think of the word, which we have cultivated for you. Our whole process of psychic development and ascension starting 4 or 5 years ago. I am a childhood psychic. I was born a psychic. I was born this way, and I repressed it my whole life, probably starting at between like 6 and onward, because I started realizing that not everybody had the same experiences as me, and when I would talk about them, the reaction I'd get would be like really weird looks or concern or, oh, you're just dreaming. Oh, that's just a child's imagination. You know, just very dismissive, very judgy. And so as a child, intuitive, a psychic, being able to feel that energy in people and notice those subtleties that probably a lot of people overlook, I decided that it wasn't safe enough for me to be authentic in that way. And so I repressed it. Up until 4 or 5 years ago, where it was activated spontaneously through some traumatic incidences and probably Spirit said. And I realized that there wasn't any more pretending that I wasn't psychic. I couldn't pretend anymore. I was in denial of it. I was pushing it away, and then it was like a rubber band where it just like all hit me at once. So I decided to empower myself, and I took some mediumship courses from my very own favorite psychic spirit medium, James Van Prague. I think he's so awesome. I'd love to work with him one day. I just resonate with the way he speaks and how he teaches. I just resonate with it. So it's very successful for me. But I did this journey to Spirit guided me to document it for you. So you can find that on TikTok and on our Instagram. All our socials are in the description bar through the link tree. We would love to have you. All are welcome, none are rejected. It's our very honor to be of service to the collective, to bring higher perspectives of linear views, Spirit News. We love you so much. So we use the YouTube channel for psychic development to learn how to read. And yes, satisfaction, Spirit says. We use YouTube channel for psychic development, for learning how to read energy. We believe that everybody is psychic. Not one person on this planet does not have psychic abilities. It's a requirement. Spirit says it's a requirement because what we title as psychic is actually our non-physical energy, our electromagnetism, everyone has an electromagnetic field. The earth has an electromagnetic field. It's a frequency. We are first and foremost frequency and vibration. And so we come down into a human vessel and avatar. So we are actually, secondly, human. And when you, I thought there was a dot on my forehead. I mean, there is. um, there's lots of, okay, thank you. There's lots of distractions today that I've been having, but we believe everyone's psychic. Everyone has the capability to be psychic, even if you don't think you do. Everyone, at least once in their life, has had an intuitive hit that if they didn't follow that intuitive hit, it would have, something else would have happened. When someone's going to call before they call. They know that you shouldn't go into that building. You shouldn't open that door. You shouldn't talk to that person, so on and so forth. But the energies we're going into, which we talk about on Spirit News, on Spotify, we call it the time jump. If you want to check that out, we talk more in depth about the new earth energies and the time shift that happen, that will be catapulting us into new higher consciousness, to new levels of consciousness, because we're going into a golden age. And the earth has had many ages, and we are leaving a dark age, going into a golden age, and that will require us to become more activated psionically. And so you'll be getting more dreams. Your body is going to be fluctuating at this time. It's going to be having ascension symptoms, which kind of resemble flu-like symptoms or like allergies. Also, minor aches and pains, nothing crazy. Things that you would attribute to probably like a head cold or something. But the dreams will be more rampant. Dream journals are going to be awesome for you at this time. I am intuitive and experience the clairs, seeing God's light and spirit spoke out loud from beyond. Beautiful. Marie, hi. One of my Soul Tribe members. Yes, I hope that all who are being activated at this time are drawn to this channel. So Spirit said personifying, so you can witness someone else that is activated, that is being aware of it and not denying it. I love you so much. So we're here with another collective message. It's been so much fun. I'm having so much fun co-creating with you in this very unique way and with Spirit. We love it. We love, love, love it. We are so happy to be here. And the last few podcasts, or whatever you want to call them, readings, have been so fun. I swear, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I cannot prove that we're speaking to passed over celebrities, but I really feel like that's what they were, but I can't prove it. So, but it's just for fun. We're just here to have fun. It's not supposed to be so serious, okay? Don't be such a fuddy-duddy, okay? Just let it go. So I don't choose what comes through. Spirit brings forward whatever they feel, or whatever spirit wants to come through that's of high divine white light. I put my protection on, I clear my field, I do all the things, and we tap in with Spirit. So we're gonna get another message and see what happens. Okay, so with energy, we're learning that it's fluid. It's really knows no bounds and knows no time or space. So it can be past, present, or future. It can be an alternate timeline. It can be an Akashic record. Whatever it is, it's going to impart some kind of knowledge, some wisdom given to us by Spirit. The last couple of reads have been a higher perspective of passed over humans' life experience from a higher perspective, which, oh my god, I'm thinking about doing like cold case files. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just brainstorming out loud, but let's do it. All right, Spirit, Holy Divine Spirit, I love you so much. Angels, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, beings of love and light, I am so grateful for all my blessings. I am truly blessed and highly favored, and I have everything I need, and I'm happy right now, and everything works out for me. I love you so much. Please, let's get this party started, okay? So much more healing, seeing 5D stuff. Good for you, Marie. You're tapped in, turned on. Just remember, you got to live in both worlds. So try to be as balanced or learn balance at this time. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning that not everyone's tapped in. And when you're talking to people who aren't tapped in about tapped in things, it can seem like you're crazy. Or me. So I got to be mindful of that. That's one thing I'm finding as a psychic spirit medium who's being activated at this time. Not everyone is ready for that information. So to really use your discernment and to balance that part of yourself with actually being in a physical vessel. So it's been interesting. It's been awesome. It's been really fun. Okay, so we're going to do the amazing story generator. Okay. All right, Spirit. Please be with me. Tell me what you want me to know. After being left at the altar, an obsessive compulsive bus driver travels back in time. After, oh my God, I can't read backwards. After being left at the altar, an obsessive compulsive bus driver travels back in time. Okay, so let me see. So somebody here, Spirit wants us to know about somebody who may have been left at the altar. It might not be so literal. We want to remember that Spirit speaks in metaphors, analogies, symbols, symbology. Sometimes it's not always so cut and dry. It requires you to be multidimensional in your thinking, to have a reference library, to broaden your reference library in your mind so Spirit can tap into that. I think altar could also possibly be like an altar, like, of worship. Being left at the altar. Someone who was obsessive compulsive. A bus driver. A bus driver could be someone in charge, someone who is a front seat driver, someone who was in charge of their own destiny, someone who tried to take the driver's wheel, someone who, an obsessive compulsive person might not be able to let other people drive, so someone who could possibly have some control issues, have some trust issues, and travels back in time. The Spirit could be referring to someone who wishes they could travel back in time and change something they did, something that may have induced an obsessive compulsive behavior or need to be in control or something like that. Okay. I'm going to leave this here so I can reference back to it. Oh, this smells so good. All right, Spirit, what else? Tell me more about this obsessive compulsive control freak. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. Oh, where to go? Where should I go? The infinite human? The infinite human. Let's see. All right, Spirit, give us another clue. Please tell me. Storage. Anunnaki hybrid fallen angels? And I have altar here. Oh, shit. These are not gods, but alien invaders who eliminated the true royal grail, Christos bloodlines, stole their royal DNA, and through body snatching, cloning, and forced breeding programs set up on Nibiru, created an Anunnaki hybrid race of false demigods to serve as their representatives here on Earth. These are shape-shifting, interdimensional shadow entities that inhabit doll-like bodies or biological drone bodies, designed to carry out a particular job in the hive mind. In the hive mind collective of their civilizations. Their job and tasks serve the collective hive mind to which they have been directly assigned based on their recorded history and memory retention from multiple lifetimes. Only those considered royalty at the top of their hierarchy are allowed to have a humanoid five-star body that is based upon the diamond sun DNA that they are able to reasonably reconstruct by a Frankenstein hybridizing of the ruby sun DNA. What? To call an entity who inhabits these human-looking bodies, royal where the two paths cross. Royalty is incorrect. These are the false rulers represented in Sumerian artifacts created by performing an artificial genetic bond transfer in a laboratory, when then requires consuming the essence of living human souls to maintain their lifespan. This requires blood drinking and cannibalism of human beings to consume the living essence in order to ensure their lifespan. What? So, I'm a little taken back. That's so funny because I I chose to watch the movie and I watched it over 3 days because I was just watching it in like little chunks of time while I was eating. I was watching the World of Warcraft. And in the World of Warcraft, there was the Horde, which were ogres, that had a leader who was doing dark magic, hence the name Warcraft, and he was like taking souls from people's bodies, like their essence. Electro, thank you, Spirit. And then I was learning about, I was at the library a few months back, and Spirit guided me to the Egyptian section, or the genealogy section, which was next to the Egyptian section. And they guided me to pull this book, and I pulled it and I opened it to a page, and it had a statue of King Ramses that is perfectly symmetrical on both sides. And so I started reading, and it was shiny, shiny marble. And the text read, I don't know it verbatim, but it basically said that the statue was a representation, a physical representation of divine royalty, of what it would, how do I explain this? Like the glow within when you walk in divine energy. And and the perfectness of divine energy, the symmetry was to physically show what it means to be perfectly perfect, like in divine energy sense. And what I'm learning from these collective reads is that there is a royal bloodline in that it's not physical, it's energetic. And it has to do with your divinity. And Spirit says we're all divine, and then we come into a physical body in God's, the way God created us. But this says that they're creating, these aren't God's creations, they're creating these in a lab, like physically. Like it's not something that was created by a womb or and by a like bringing life into this world through a portal of the womb, which is the way God creates. And when you're born, you're completely pure, you're completely divine, and you slowly over time, as you grow up, I don't want to say lose divinity, but you um I don't know how to say it, because you're always divine. You can always come back to divinity or to your royal bloodline, because that's just what you are. That's your non-physicalness. But we make choices and we learn certain habits and behaviors and patterns that keep us from operating in divine energy. So that's so interesting that that's what this says. So, Spirit, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you saying that this person is an Anunnaki hybrid? Or are you saying that Spirit said where the two paths cross? So, this person could have been introduced to something at an altar by Anunnaki hybrid fallen angels. And they wish they could travel back in time because it created an obsessive compulsive need to control everything for some reason. Light flicker confirmation. Okay. Okay. That is so creepy. And shadow ended. Correct. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit just said correct. Spirit just said correct. So, shadow entities that inhabit doll-like bodies. Spirit says doll all the time. Thus, through gradual stages of alien invasion, these non-human forces began to insert themselves as Babylonian kings, Egyptian pharaohs, future monarchs, and captains of industry. These same bloodlines are highly venerated today in the power pyramid of hierarchical control that has been weaponized against humanity by the power elite. These groups, aided by the invaders, inserted themselves falsely as the declared rightful kings and rulers of contemporary times, believing themselves genetically elite, but they're not. Man, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, from a higher perspective, these are just genetically made. It says they're eliminating true royal gray Christos bloodlines, which to me translates to Christ consciousness, beings who walk in divine energy. A few. Are you saying that this person we're bringing through was somebody who was part of the Royal Grail bloodline? Shit. Okay. It says many in the power elite falsely claim to be genetically connected to the Celtic Druid Grail lineages, in which they perverted this knowledge to intentionally enslave and dehumanize the global population. Instead, they are from the lineage of fallen Anunnaki invaders inhabiting human bodies and pretending to be the authentic royal bloodlines of Magi Grail kings. but they are imposters.
100.
100. Thus, for eons, in order to maintain their power and control as these great impostors, they defiled the divine feminine Christos Sophia energy to hijack her secrets of immortality, attempting to recreate eternal life through perverting the divine ether into satanic rituals.
Separate.
In their desperate
Where am I?
In their desperate quest to preserve physical health and longevity, they sought to cheat death and achieve immortality, no matter how depraved their actions. They stole all Essene Gnostic knowledge
Sage.
and perverted the great work, quote unquote, of transmutation into inverted satanic blood rituals. Their Luciferian Knights Templar justified their countless blood sacrifices as a stage of the great work for consciousness evolution, in which the initiate must massacre the innocents in order to gain the energy mass from their harvested souls that would be necessary to become immortal and free themselves of the earthly burdens of reincarnation. It just sounds like they're just being so lazy. They're just being so lazy. Like, God forbid you have to reincarnate and start over again. They're like, no, we want to be able to get everything we want and never start over ever. I mean, look at what you have to do just to maintain. I mean, it just seems so arbitrary. Like, who wants to live forever in one? I don't know. It just seems so kind of stupid to me. It just seems kind of stupid. But so, Spirit said correct. Spirit saying that this person wanted to left the altar. Okay, so
Albert.
they're doing some kind of blood sacrifice bullshit. Okay, which is just so stupid. I mean, it's just the golden rule. Like, you don't attain power by hurting people. I don't know. They just So this person didn't want to do that. They left the altar. They left whatever this is, but by leaving, they gained some kind of um behavior or some kind of mental disorder um or mental health problems, um, says obsessive compulsive, and they wish they could have traveled back in time to change a choice they made. This person may have worked with these beings or whatever they are at one time and did things that they may have
We are not.
started to regret, is what I'm getting. All right, confirmation. James Van Prague preparing for messages with. That's funny. All right, tell me more. So you got out of you left this organization or whatever, or you tore down your altar, or you left your altar, or something like that. By walking away, you obtained some kind of mental health concerns that were obsessive compulsive in nature, needing to control, needing to. Well, you know what? Let me look up obsessive compulsive. Let me just be sure. Obsessive compulsive behavior. Obsessive compulsive behaviors, compulsions, are repetitive actions or mental acts that people with obsessive compulsive disorder feel they need to perform to temporarily relieve unpleasant feelings. These feelings are caused by obsessive thoughts, which are unwanted and unpleasant images, urges, or thoughts that repeatedly enter the mind. Compulsions are usually performed to prevent an obsessive fear, reduce anxiety, or make things feel just right. Uncontrollable reoccurring thoughts. So this person had uncontrollable reoccurring thoughts. Hey, what happened to my chat? I can't see any of the chat. This person had obsessive, compulsive, uncontrollable, recurring thoughts, obsessions that they were trying to not feel anymore. Pathway. You know, this has butterflies in it. I saw so many butterflies when I was meditating today. This person's passed on. This is a passed on person. This person's speaking to us from the other side. The path that they chose may have led them to being unalived. Judication. They were under some kind of judgment. Or they were judging themselves. Something about being judged. The path they chose led to some kind of judgment. Whoa, that's too many. Let me do that again. They're under some kind of judgment that it could be court, but I think it's more like themselves, like they feared being judged by God or for the things they've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 butterflies here. This person could have possibly felt extreme obsessive thoughts or unpleasant feelings about. This person could have possibly taken 5 people's lives to do something. I don't know what. But they couldn't stand it. They didn't want to do it. It was just part of, like the book said, it was the journey. Amount. Thank you, Spirit. Yep. It was the journey they went on. They chose to do it for something, to take some kind of journey. Usually this means some kind of goal they had, something they wanted to accomplish, something they wanted to go towards, move towards, something they wanted to go forward with, and some kind of forward movement. Thank you, Spirit. What else? High honor. They wanted to be held in high honor. They wanted to be somebody who everybody praised, everybody adored. They wanted outward validation. And in order to get it, they may have taken out 5 butterflies, metaphorically. And for this is something that they chose to do in their lifetime. Marriage. Celebrator. And I have after being left at the altar. But something with marriage. Celebrator. This person could have just gone on about their life and was continuing to walk the path that they chose, to go on the journey they chose. They lived in high honor. They got married. They had a house. They had all the things. Whatever they did, whatever journey they took them on, gave them high honor, gave them marriage. But they were a thief? Or this marriage was a thief, or someone in this marriage could have been a thief. Maybe a woman, because I see a woman laughing here. But I also see a child. Someone could have stolen their child, or a child, or they could have stolen a child, or someone who steals children. Tell me more about this thief. Tell me more about this thief, please. Concern. This thief, I don't know if they were the thief or if there's a thief they're married to.
Waiting in the hallway.
waiting in the hallway. Taurus. So there's a thief here. I think it could be a woman. Someone who they should have been concerned about, or they started to be concerned about. Someone who's a privileged lady in reverse. Courthouse imprisonment. Courthouse imprisonment. Can I have 2 more, please? Can I have 1 more, please? Poverty. Hair.
Afterlife.
Hair.
Background.
Someone who has back hair? No, I'm just kidding. So there's a hair, afterlife, background. I have concerned, privileged lady in reverse, courthouse, imprisonment, mature man, and poverty. Okay, Spirit, I'm going to say, you tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm interpreting the energy wrong. Are you saying that this person, there's a person here who's passed over? Okay, they're passed over. They were introduced to a path that involves force, that involves a soul, that involves taking people's souls. Or taking their soul or something. I have 5 butterflies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 butterflies here. This person may have taken up to 5 souls to gain some kind of high honor. They, in this level, in this journey they took for this movement forward by taking these souls' lives, they were constantly under their own judgment or divine judgment. I'm not sure. And in this energy of high honor that they attained by taking these souls' lives, they got married, they got a house, but something happened. They were starting to become concerned because someone they were married to perhaps divorced them or left them or cheated on them or something like that. And this put them in a mental prison. They could have possibly stayed in this mental prison until they were possibly like, I don't want to say elderly, but I mean, he looks kind of elderly. Definitely. Okay, what I'm getting in a nutshell is that this person got everything they wanted and then they got everything taken away. They started to become concerned that all of these things that were going wrong.
Not likely.
Okay, not likely. I need to know more about this thief. I can't get a read on this thief. Spirit, can you please tell me about this thief? What about the thief? Being late, being early. this thief had a fear of reflecting their waking life. This thief was falling behind and being late and missing opportunities. They couldn't miss any appointments and they were failing to attend their interviews. They were not in control of the events in their life. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that time was a thief. Time was being a thief because look, this stealing a pocket watch out of this privileged man, and look, both of these men have top hats on. So there was something that was stealing their soul. Oh, I got you. The thief was this thing, because look at this lamp that's illuminated, something that only they knew of. And then look at this pathway is illuminated. So these, over time, this journey they took to be of high honor, they started to realize that what they did was taking from them, taking away their privilege, taking away their money, taking away their mental their mental health. It was slowly chipping away at this path they chose because of what they did. But they feared going into poverty because they kept missing their appointments, they kept missing their interviews, they kept missing because they were mentally unstable or they were becoming mentally unstable, and this was concerning them because whatever they did at the beginning of this journey they took, they wish they could travel back in time because it created severe mental health. Chili Spirit says it created severe mental health for them that made them unable to work or even function. Look at this kid. He's like, he looks like he could barely even clean a chimney. And look, clock watch right here. I have clock watch right here. And I have a clock watch there. Look, clock watch. I don't know why the chat is gone. How do I fix it? I can't see if anyone's talking to me. I don't know. Oh, here. No, I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the chat. The chat disappeared. I can't see it. So it says this person was subject to the demands of passing time, the need
Vincent.
to do things a certain way at certain
Sin.
times. Sin. Spirit said sin. And the books the book said blood rituals and sacrifice. And what I'm learning, I don't know nothing about that. Whoa. What? Why is it like that? Do you guys see the videos all funky? What is going on here? What in the world? I don't know why it's like that, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Something weird's going on. Something sinister. What I'm learning about these rituals is that you have to do them at certain times before, at the moon, when the hair jumps off your face at a clock past 9 or like whatever. Sure, okay, thank you. And look, I have time travel and I have travels back in time. This person that's coming through from the other side is telling us that they couldn't keep up with the certain things they had to do at certain times to keep moving forwards And because they couldn't keep doing whatever rituals were needed to maintain their high honor, their body started aging, and they
A
started
few.
they started aging faster, like the mature man. And that means their mental health was also going too. They couldn't take the necessary steps to fulfill their dreams and ambitions before it was too late. They couldn't do it anymore. They knew that by not doing this, they had awareness of time passing and the clock was ticking. A sinister clock was ticking, it says. People around them knew that they weren't happy.
Kenneth.
Their past, their past was supposed to, whatever they did in the past was supposed to make them happy. But they became less sophisticated in a world with a slower paced life. They thought they were traveling forward with intense curiosity. But now they realize that what they thought was right was wrong, and they can't prevent a disaster from happening. They've lost their nobility and compassion and their mind and became frustrated with the inability to change their current events. So this person took a journey, a pathway. This person took a false pathway. They thought,
Question.
why did they, why did they take this pathway? How did they find this pathway? Like, how was this introduced to them? And why did they think that this was what they should do? And why did they go through with it? I have so many questions. Why, what, tell me about this pathway. Tell me about how you're introduced to this choice of pathway. Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. The gift of sacred sight. Remember in the book, it said that the Anunnaki fallen angels are trying to destroy the lineage of the divine crystal's bloodline or whatever. And at the beginning, this spirit said correct that this person was actually a divine being. This person walked in divinity. That's why they were chosen. They possibly had some kind of gift of sacred, I want to say light. They could have possibly been psychic, but there's some kind of gift they had that was divine, that was meant to lead people to the light. Tell me more. Beauty and the Beast. You need some space in this relationship.
Snow.
They may have met a beast, some kind of monster that may have introduced them to this, someone they had a relationship with. Someone that led them down this pathway, that talked them into taking this journey. Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. Spirit, are you saying this person was targeted because of their light? My computer just went off. Confirmation. This person was targeted by someone who saw that they had an ability or a gift to inspire trust and confidence. They could possibly just have a high energy, a high frequency. Okay. They met somebody who saw that in them, who was able to see that in them. This person could have possibly had some kind of gift too, or How did this person know that they had that? The delicate fairy and her ferrets. Change is natural good, and yes, it can hurt. Because they were sensitive? This beast, this monster may have been able to identify this person's emotional sensitivity,
1 year ago,
which is an indicator that can be or maybe their emotional intelligence or something like that. Let me change cards. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys see it, but it's like all wavy. I don't know why it's like that. Oh, tell me more. Let's do some tea cards, shall we? Or, I don't know, I'm being called to these cards. So tell me about this beast. What's up with this beast that introduced them to this soul taking? Disturbed, down with the sickness. Someone who's disturbed. Someone who's literally a beast. Someone who's toxic. Someone who's sick. Someone who's disturbed. Someone look, there's one eye open on a test tube. And the book said someone who was part of this Anunnaki fallen angel thing that came from a test tube. Oh, Jesus. This person was targeted by someone that was made in a laboratory. Spirit just said lucky. They thought they were lucky. This person may have treated them like, oh, we've been looking for someone like you. You're perfect for what we need. You're exactly this and that and the other thing. Basically, what's that called when people love bomb you? Genuine pony. If you're horny, let's do it. Look at this bee getting ready to pollinate this flower. This beast looked at this person like they were a flower, like they were gonna gain some kind of pollen from this flower because they had in mind the whole time that they were going to do this to this person. They tricked them. They basically tricked them for their own needs. The Lingala Sound, Crystal Beach. They sent it on a roller coaster ride. There's one person and two chickies floating on a hot dog bun. Yeah, some kind of fun ride. They could have possibly been doing drugs, partying. Oh, I'm getting a vision. Let me get my crystals. Is this the 70s? What is this? I'm seeing a vision in my mind's eye. I'm being sent a vision that is like 70s, bell bottoms, New York, bright lights, Manhattan, late nights, bright lights, just crazy. Like, it kind of looks like, what's that movie? Oh my gosh, I said bright lights. Here's hard light. Yeah, it's chaotic. Embrace chaos. It's like it's like people laughing, doing crazy stuff, but it's like going by really fast. Like it's just chaotic. They're doing drugs and they're going to this party and they're going to that party and they're laughing and they're drinking and they're just like it's chaos, but they're just like stuck in the nightlife kind of thing. This person, they may have met this person while they were partying, and this person started telling them all kinds of stuff like, yeah, I know these people and can make you, high honor, can give you fame and make all your dreams come true and you'll fall in love and this and that. All you have to do is do this one thing, something that they did in the past, something they wish they could travel back in time for. Oh my gosh, look, here's royalty. Just like the book said, false royal bloodlines. They were introduced to this group that was doing satanic rituals.
Close portal.
Ugh, too many crickets. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. The speaker suggests to me some kind of entertainment. This could be somebody that was in entertainment. It's tricky. Run DMC, it's tricky. Call me maybe. Yeah, they were like, I don't know, that seems kind of like sketchy, don't you think? Like, I don't really know if I want to get into that. And but they still wanted to this high honor. This person in their human life and their human experience needed validation from a higher perspective of this linear view. This person needed to be outwardly validated so badly that they fell into a trap that was set up by people who targeted them because they walked in divine light, because they had emotional intelligence, they were overly sensitive. They wanted to feed off this person because they're trying to ruin the Christos bloodline. They're trying to eliminate it, the book said. And so they targeted this person, had them do something horrible that they thought would bring them high honor, but it Odessa, say my name. Say my name. Yeah, high honor where everyone would know where everyone would know their name. Everyone would know who they are, everyone would know who they are and what they do, that they would be famous basically. That they would be famous. So what happened after that? So the person was like, well, we'll call you maybe, because this person was like, I don't know, that sounds kind of crazy. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. I'm not sure. And then chandelier. Chandelier's about drinking. This person may have had a drinking problem at one point. They may have done these acts while they were like partying and drinking and like under the influence, or they weren't in the right mind. They had to be to even do it because they wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. So they were under the influence a lot of the time when they did these acts. It could have been up to 5 people that they could have hurt or something.
Probably not.
Oh, Sir said probably not. Well, there's 5 butterflies. I don't know what the significance of 5 is, or it doesn't have to be literal. It could just be maybe they took 1 life. I mean, 1 would be enough, wouldn't it, to like make you go crazy? Warlords of the Old West. And didn't I say I saw the movie Warcraft? No spirit. This took their spirit away. And look, there's 3 hands. And look, one's covering his mouth. Oh, I said his. I don't know if this is a him or her. Covering their mouth and their ears. They weren't allowed to speak about it and they couldn't tell anybody. They had no one to listen to them, and there was nobody to listen to them, and they couldn't listen to anybody else. They had to be completely shut down about speaking about this. Otherwise, they would get their fingers chopped off. Look, there's chopped off fingers here. From the royal, look, there's a crown from the false royal bloodline that claim to be royal, but they're not because they're royal. They purposely targeted this person. What the hell? Oh, Marone. Okay, what else? Oh, making my stomach hurt. So, what happened? Oh, yeah. So they realized that after they got everything they wanted, to maintain this thing that they got, this high honor with the house and the marriage and the money, in order to maintain it, they had to do these rituals at a certain time, whenever it called for it, which was often. And because they couldn't keep up with it, or they didn't want to anymore, because it says left at the altar,
Tormos.
they started to become mentally unstable. They started to get time taken away from them. And just like the book said, time was something that they, to gain more time so they don't have to reincarnate, they do these rituals in order to maintain their youth or whatever. But this person didn't want to do that anymore. But because he was losing time, he was actually aging faster, and he was in a mental prison. And he couldn't make his appointments for his job or his interviews or whatever he did to become famous. I don't know what he did. So he started to lose money and people were starting to leave him, but he couldn't tell anybody and he couldn't speak about what was going on. Wow. Read an awesome book or watch a good movie. Be the most popular person or the smartest person. Spend the rest of your life feeling itchy or being tickled. This was a popular person that was in a lot of good movies, and perhaps after good books, movies made after good books. This person possibly tickled you, like maybe a comedian or like comedy or something. But but they may have been funny, like tickled you, but they felt itchy. They may have tickled other people through comedy, but they felt itchy the whole time. What food you never tried but want to? Do you prefer home cooked meals or restaurant food?
Looking at you.
What's your favorite meal growing up? Something about food. In the book, it said talked about cannibalism. This person, oh, what? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Spirit, you tell me if it's wrong. This person was of a divine lineage. Okay, they were walking in divinity. They got targeted by this person who's part of this group because they're trying to eliminate the Christos bloodline, because they want to be the dominant controlling factor of the planet or whatever. I don't know. They do blood sacrifice rituals and cannibalism to maintain some kind of youth or something. They talk this person into doing it to maintain high honor, but this person isn't one of them. They're made by God. So possibly cannibalism is a reason why they started going mentally unstable. I have something about meals 3 times. Do you believe opposites attract, or do you prefer being with someone who is similar to you? Yeah, they were opposite. Thank you, Spirit. They were opposite of what these creatures did, because they're actual part of the bloodline. They're a divine being. They were made by God. They weren't made in a laboratory where they have to do this to survive. They were doing things they shouldn't have been doing that were actually hindering their mental health, and they're taking time away from them and making them unstable. What
Entities.
what would be your death row meal? I'm telling you, I cannot make it up. This person may have unalived themselves because they knew what was happening, but they couldn't tell anybody and they couldn't talk about it, and they didn't want to keep going into poverty, into complete mental disarray in front of the whole world because this everyone knows this person. This is a person that's popular, some kind of comedian. Some kind of comedian that has passed. Someone with a hairy back. Have you ever met a celebrity? I cannot make it up, you guys. Come through, Spirit. Thank you. So this is a comedian with a hairy back who's very popular, that's been in a lot of good movies. What is the best purchase you ever made and why? What's a goal you've accomplished inside? What's something you're insecure about? The best purchase you ever made.
Whistle.
Whistle. Work. What is the best work you've ever made? Because Spirit said whistle, whistle while you work. This person made great works. They accomplished many goals, but they were always insecure because of what they did. Oh my gosh. How can we find out what comedian this is? Can you tell me what comedian you are? The gods. Zeus now reigns supreme as king of the gods, though his brothers too were allotted lordship over their own particular domain. While Zeus retained the heavens, Poseidon took the seas, and Hades the misty darkness of the underworld. The other gods too had their own powers and functions, as we shall see. There were now 14 major Greek deities, all of whom the Romans adopted in due course, identifying them with their own native Italian divinities. And since their own gods had very few stories of their own attached to them, they also adopted all the myths that were associated with the Greek counterparts. Are you saying you're Italian? Are you saying that you're Italian? I don't know what you're. I don't get it. I'm gonna choose a different book. I'm not understanding that. What you're trying to tell me. Should we do a song? Okay. So this person accomplished a lot of goals. This celebrity, this comedian, this is some kind of comedian that tickled many people. They're very popular. Domino, Van Morrison.
Magic.
Dark magic. I told you they were with a group using dark magic, and this person started to regret it. Domino, roll me over, Romeo. There you go. Sweet, wonderful you make me happy with the things you do. Oh shit, my phone's... Careless Whisper. Oh my gosh, Devote. Careless Whisper. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, I've got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Wasted chance that I've been given.
Daytime.
So I'm never gonna dance again.
Thier.
T. Wham. Fleetwood Mac. Sweet, wonderful you make me happy with the things you do. Waiting for a girl like you. Everything I owned. We didn't start the fire. Pope Paul, Malcolm X, British politician sex, JFK blown away. What else do I have to say? What do they all have in common? This group. Now I know it's right from the moment I wake up till deep in the night. And I would give up anything I own, give up my life, my heart, my home. I would give everything I own just to have you back again. Oh, shit. What's something you're insecure about? This comedian celebrity may have unalived or did some.
False.
Okay, sorry. Something with their
Owner.
owner. Something with someone's soul or something. They may have did something deep in the night that is related to this group that they never want to do again because they have a guilty conscience. And that's why, and it became a domino effect that rolled over them because everything they did was taking away from them. It's my prerogative. Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why don't they just let me live? I don't need no mission, make my own decision. That's my prerogative. This person decided to just stop doing it, and they may have ruined their
Take some
reputation.
pictures.
This person unalived themselves because they were tired. Spirit said take some pictures. They may have they may have taken pictures of this person doing whatever they did, and they were starting to lose their mental facilities, and they were starting to go into poverty because being whatever cannibalism they did, they feel so guilty about to gain high honor. They feel horrible. They became an alcoholic and did things in the past that they wish they could travel back in time and change, because now it's like a domino effect, and they decided to just, they can't go on this way, and that was their prerogative because they had their own reason. Their mission failed, and they had to execute the mission. How can I Google this?
Hydrates.
Comedians that committed suicide.
Comedians frequently mentioned on the web include
Comedians
Louis
that-
C.K., Dave Chappelle.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Comedians that committed suicide. Robin Williams. What? The world-renowned comedian and four-time Oscar-nominated actor. Fire! Oh my god! Actor Robin Williams died on August 11, 2014. From the outset, the news indicated that his death was believed to be a suicide, and this was later confirmed to be true by the autopsy reports. Williams had been suffering from severe depression, which is believed to be the leading contributor to his unaliving. Suffering from relationship problems, financial problems, drug addiction, and major depression. Because of what he did. Suicide, addiction, suicidal ideation, dementia, Lewy body. Because of what he did. He was starting to lose his mental facilities because he didn't want to do it anymore. He refused to do it because of his guilty conscience, because of what he did in the past to gain high honor, to gain all his awesome movies, his 4-time Oscar winner. I have an awesome, good movie, popular person, but not the smartest person, he says. He said he tickled people, but he was itchy. I am so sorry, Robin. That is horrible. I'm so sorry you went through that. He wishes he could go back in time. He wishes he could change it all. It was like a domino effect. He stopped doing the rituals and he started to go insane. He was dementia. He couldn't even show up for work. He wasn't in the right mental state because guilt, shame, dementia, losing his mental facilities. He just wasn't, and he couldn't tell anybody. He couldn't tell a single soul. He was sworn to secrecy, and they didn't care about him. They just let him go, because he was actually a divine being that they targeted on purpose and played on his emotional wounds, so he couldn't heal them. Confirmation with a light flicker. Oh, thank you, Holy Divine Spirit. I am so grateful for the messages. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you. If this is Robin, I can't prove it. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, but this just is a higher perspective of why it's important to know energy and to know your energy, and to never need validation outside of yourself, because it makes you weak. It makes you a target for these people. They play on your emotions, and they make you your need for validation on the outside. They play on that, on your ego. Robin, or this person, wanted to be of high honor so badly that they allowed themselves to fall prey to this situation. And they couldn't fix it. There's nothing they could do to fix it. The only way to fix it was to end it, and that's why he did that. I love you guys. Bye.